What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today we're focusing on the Columbus Blue Jackets season preview. Obviously, just trading that franchise player, the greatest player in the history of the franchise, which it really isn't saying much. All due respect to the good people in Columbus. I'm Rick Nash. It's a whole new era, and if the season goes on, they'll be hosting the All-Star game. So let's go through the lines and talk a little bit about what to expect from the Blue Jackets this year. Let's start up front. The top line, we get two newly acquired players, and Brandon Dubinsky on the left wing, and Artem Anisimov playing center with Vinny Prospal. Call that the ex-New York Ranger line, or the find some cute little cliche for that line. The former Rangers, Torts, former boys, something like that. A lot of experience in that lineup with those three. Prospal, obviously, been around forever. Good offensive player. Anisimov getting an opportunity to truly be a number one center, albeit on not a great team. And Dubinsky getting a start fresh after a horrific 2011-2012 season. Second line, we got also newly acquired player Nick Foligno on the left with Ryan Johansson, the fourth pick in the 2010 draft. Had an up and down rookie year last year. Like I said, on a team that wasn't that great. Losing minutes at the beginning of the year to Jeff Carter, and obviously when Carter took his talents to Los Angeles, I got to see a spike in playing time, and I think he has what it takes to be a potential franchise player for the Jackets. Big playmaking center with vision, craftiness, and creativity, something you don't see every day. And a guy that can really be an impact player. Only 21 points last year, pretty disappointing. But this is a kid that had 92 points in the Western Hockey League in 2011, and 9 points in the World Juniors in 2011 too. So, offensive talents are there with him. Then on the right wing, Ajay Umberger, guy who's one of the longest tenured Jackets right now. The old Ohio State guy. They're doing better than Penn State, right? And then on the third line, we got Derek Dorsett with another former lottery pick and Derek Brassard. He's never really lived up to that potential, being a top 10 pick in that 2006 draft. But he definitely has something to prove. And I think in a third line role with Derek Dorsett, former Boston College Eagle, hell of a sniper there, and Cam Atkinson, that can be a pretty solid line that can be relied upon to score and do its thing on a night-in, night-out basis. I like what they have there. I think those three, I think especially with Brassard and Atkinson, I think Atkinson is the most upside out of the three, and I think Atkinson can find himself on the first line by the end of the year. And he's another one that could really be something out of there. Forward core. Then in the fourth line, another top 10 pick by the Minnesota, actually top 25 pick, 2007 draft, Colin Gillies. Marco Testu, former Pittsburgh Penguin, and then Derek McKenzie as the forcer right there as your fourth line. That rounds out your forward core. Then here's their position of strength, is defense. Starting off, we got Jack Johnson, former LA King, machine guy on the left. Obviously acquired him in the Carter deal. Ryan Murray, the number 2 overall pick in the draft, to start the year, give him 9 games, and then decide whether or not to send him back to the Everett Silvertips of the Western Hockey League. I think that's going to be a judgment call made by the organization, but I think he has warranted a 9-game look with his pedigree and with his play in minicamp or rookie camp, and depending upon what he does in training camp to earn a roster spot with the Jackets, beyond the 9th game of the season. Then the second pairing, you got another former New York Ranger, Fedor Tutin, and James Wisniewski, the big free agent acquisition from last year that had really a disappointing first year in Columbus. That could be pretty solid second D pairing. And then on the final pairing, you got Nikita Nikitin, who just signed an extension a couple weeks ago, and newly acquired former Boston University Terrier about 20 years ago, Adrian Aucoin, the 39-year-old wonder, to really mentor the younger defenseman in that tandem. I think the newly acquired Tim Erickson and John Moore will be battling for the 7th spot in the defense. I think they both have a lot of upside. They're both first-round picks in 2009. Moore was for the Jackets and Erickson by the Calgary Flames. I think worst case scenario, they both start the year in the minors, and they get to grow together and learn the ins and outs of playing the nuances of defensive hockey. Moore, he's been up and down. I like his game a lot. I haven't actually done a prospect profile on him. I should. That'll be coming up soon. But he's a player that I think has the upside to be a pretty good player in the NHL. Will he be a top number 1, 2 defenseman? No, I think he'd be a second tandem defenseman, and can help you in a number of different ways. He's played 69 games on the show in the last 2 years. So, I forgot he bypassed Colorado College for Kitchener Rangers this draft year. Forgot about that. He's minus 23 last year, so 7.67 games. He's got a lot of room to grow. And then between the pipes, Sergei Bobrovsky is going to be number 1 guy to start off. Then I think Mason, it's psychologically, I think he's done. I think he'll be nothing more than a backup from here on out. But Bobrovsky has a lot to prove. Being an undrafted free agent, playing in Philly, getting traded for a lot, provided he doesn't go back to the KHL. He'd be a number one goalie Columbus has lacked since Mason's spectacular rookie year 4 years ago. This is a team, I think it's easy to say they're going to be the worst team in hockey next year, but I'd go a step further. I think they're going to be better than you think they will be. No, they won't be. No. I don't see them being a top 10 team in the West. I mean, I think if Bobrovsky can be that guy, which even fans of Philly tell me, maybe, but I think with the defense core they'll win some games. I think that forward core, if they have possession of the puck, is good, which is like stating the obvious. But if this is a hard-working forward core. A lot of guys that were cast off from other organizations. Look at Foligno and then the guys that got from the Rangers. Those are all guys that are accustomed to winning, and then they go into Columbus where winning is few and far between. And Cam Atkinson, BC, Johansson with Portland or the Western Hockey League. Those forwards are accustomed to winning. Hopefully, they take it night in, night out, and start this next chapter of Columbus Blue Jackets hockey. And hopefully some competitive seasons prevent them from relocating down the line. But see how it all shakes up. I'm kind of intrigued, and I'm sure Mike, one of the biggest Columbus Blue Jackets fans outside of Ohio, is just as curious to see how they do. That's all I got in this episode of the Power Play of CJ, previewing the Columbus Blue Jackets for the 2012-2013 season. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the offseason and beyond. Later, guys.